Guys, this is Anime Girl here, and today we're going to be talking about Endeavor and people that are not accepting the fact that he changed, yes, at the wrong moment, but it's good that he changed because he opened his eyes and realized what he did was wrong. What he did was in the past, and this is when he just realized. And yes, I'm not defending abusers. People might say abuser, always abuser. Yes, you could say that. But if that abuser actually wants to change and start all over, it would take time. And not forcing Shoto, by the way, but basically accepting that's going to take a while. But he's doing it because he wants to have a connection and a relationship to his kids, even though the lost boy that was his kid, aka Dabi, he thought his child died because little Dabi wanted to prove his father so bad that even though his father told him not to use his abilities because it's too dangerous and risky, even though the way he did it was really toxic, but he cared about his son and didn't want him to use his powers. But he did anyways because he wanted to prove his dad wrong, and then it caused him to be injured, but he survived. He could have died, but he survived. And people think it's Endeavor's fault, but it really wasn't. It was actually, if we're being honest and with common sense, it was Dabi's fault for even doing that to begin with, because even though he was a kid, it was kind of his fault because his father told him to not do that mess, and he did it anyways. But I can see why. But we're not going to blame that situation on Endeavor because he told him not to do that, and he did anyways. He said no for a reason. So hurt that he found out that his son didn't make it. That's why he forgot that Dabi was still alive, because Dabi attract his powers with fire and stuff like that I thought he was dead too, but he wasn't until you watch more of My Academia. But we're not going to say it's Endeavor's fault for this situation because we already know who it is. If you like this video, please subscribe and like and share for more videos like this. But anyways, let's get started. You have to accept Endeavor. You can hate him as much as you want, and that's valid, but we're not going to sit up here and act like this man can't change, even if it's at the last minute. The later the better, they always say, if you catch my drift. We don't accept people that change, either what they did was bad or good, then they're not going to change, and they're going to stay the way they are forever. That's why, even if it's the last minute, sometimes the last minute can always be other solution or a good moment to not be the same person you were. Because if he didn't change the last minute, what do you think would be like? He would still be an abuser and still be a toxic man. And still following the dream he can never have, no matter what. People that like Endeavor, I want you to know that you are not a horrible person. And don't let anyone think that just because you like a character that was toxic in the past and wants to change now. We're focusing on his actions now and what he chooses to do in the future or when he gets old. We're not doing that mess. Because I like Endeavor, not because what he was in the past, but what he wants to be in the present and in the future. And at the last minute, he wanted to change because he realized that he missed out a lot on his children's childhood and now and then. And I can't wait until we see that in the other seasons, because I heard that My Academia new season came out. I didn't see it, but I'm going to see it, bro. Her mom wasn't good either. I'm not saying she's a bad person or a horrible mother. It's just like, because Shoto looks like his father, that triggered her to the point that she poured, I forgot what you call them, but you basically have water or tea and you pour it in a cup or whatnot. But that was assault. She assaulted him because of that. And y'all could say Endeavor all y'all want, some of y'all, but like the mom wasn't good too. Like even though it was a trigger, and I'm not blaming her for that, but but like that was not good. She got some help, and that's good, and some of the kids came and helped her as well. And the video is, I just want to say is, just because like Endeavor is abusive in the past, remind you, like it doesn't mean at the moment it would click to his mind that he wants to change, but he knows it would take time. He knows that. At least he's choosing the path. Even if it's late, it's better than never, right? So let's, in real time, in reality, if people make bad choices, give them a chance to breathe and change. Don't just deny them from changing and say it's not possible because what they did was horrible. Because they're never going to change if you don't accept it and let them change. Simple as that. Let my man change. And you think about it. Being in a gang and killing people, we're not gonna justify that because he's been through abuse. And yes, that can change people to be psychotic and crazy people. We all know that. But that's not an excuse to hurt people or other innocent people because you've been hurt. Go to therapy. Talk to someone, even if you feel like you can't, Just like common sense, don't kill people because of that. And we're not going to justify that, okay? Endeavor, not because of his past, but I like him for who he wants to change today and for his enraged family. And also, by the way, I wonder if Endeavor didn't want this at all, but was forced to marry her just to have cork babies. A family tradition, am I right? And also the mom. Like, I don't think they had a choice at all. I feel like the mom did, but also it just depends what cultural parents, because in real life, when you reject it, you have to be forced to marry someone you don't love at all and don't even know. So I think they were both forced. And I think Endeavor did not want this, but he was probably forced to because of the families wanted this. People say Endeavor wanted this. We can say that, but I feel like it was something more than Endeavor, in my opinion. I absolutely believe that's why Endeavor did it anyways. I'm just saying, that's just me. People can change and people can't change. And can't, That's how life moves and works with people and their situations. And Endeavor at the moment changed because he really wanted his family deeply. But he knew it was going to take time and he accepted it. He could have forced it in that situation with his other son that he froze out and zoomed out of his mind because he was too locked in of an Endeavor dream he could never be. He can never be a number one hero. Even if he was, he can never be at all, no matter what he did or try. Say, once you're stuck on something and lock in, you can never turn back. And that will cause you mentally to crash out or to be damaged to the point that your loved ones or people you're close to that want to be close to you and worried and concerned about your just to yourself and the dreams you're putting first than the people you should be putting first before you get to that point, even though it's not there yet for you until the right moment, it can change you. Maybe to be a dangerous person or a person that's not recognizable anymore. That was Endeavor's problem. But also I feel like he realized he can never be number one hero. And he did talk about that in the anime. But he still didn't realize and understand why he didn't give up and be with his family, even though the dream was he was never going to be number one hero. It was always being all for one. Sorry if I said that wrong. All Might. Don't know if it's the same thing or not, sorry. But yeah. that endeavor change, and I can't wait to see more of what has developed more for him and his kids and his wife life as well. And I hope Dobby would feel better for where he's at now and would understand that no matter what his dad did, his dad loved him, but he was just too caught up of something that would never come true. Anyways, if you like my video, please subscribe and like, and hit the notification button so you won't miss no video. This is Anime Girl here, and peace out.